How did the Black Death affect the Church? Imagine living in a time when a mysterious illness sweeps across the land, claiming lives at an alarming rate. This was the reality during the Black Death, which struck Europe in the mid-14th century. As the plague spread, it not only devastated the population but also had a profound impact on institutions, particularly the Church. At the onset of the Black Death, many people turned to the Church for comfort and answers. They sought spiritual guidance, believing that the plague was a punishment from God. However, as the death toll rose, the Church struggled to provide the solace that the faithful desperately needed. The clergy were often among the first to succumb to the disease, leaving communities without spiritual leaders. This shortage of priests meant that many people were unable to receive the sacraments, which were considered essential for salvation. The Church's inability to effectively respond to the crisis led to a decline in its authority. Many individuals began to question the Church's teachings and its role in society. The perception that the Church could not protect its followers from such a devastating event caused disillusionment among the populace. Some even turned to alternative spiritual practices or sought answers outside of traditional religious frameworks. Additionally, the loss of clergy and the subsequent decline in the Church's influence resulted in a shift in power dynamics. Wealthy families and local leaders often filled the void left by the Church, gaining more control over their communities. This shift contributed to the rise of secularism, as people began to prioritize earthly matters over spiritual ones. The aftermath of the Black Death also prompted the Church to reform its practices. In an effort to regain the trust of the people, the Church sought to improve its image and address the concerns of the faithful. This led to changes in how services were conducted and an increased emphasis on the moral conduct of clergy. In conclusion, the Black Death had a lasting impact on the Church, challenging its authority and prompting significant changes in its structure and practices. The crisis not only altered the relationship between the Church and its followers but also set the stage for future religious transformations in Europe.